Hi, Ty from Groovy Entertainment. Let me get a book to read for you. Today's book is Forgetful Ralph from 1991. So let's get started. Ralph noticed that when he sat down at the piano to Patrick, he looked down and there was a string tied around his finger. Now, most people tie strings around their fingers to help them remember things, but Ralph couldn't remember just why there was a string around his finger. He couldn't even remember that he had tied the string around his finger. Ralph left the music room and tried to find someone who might help him remember why the string was on his finger. First, he asked Kermit, who was cleaning the hall closet. Kermit, said Ralph, do you know why there's a string on my finger? It's right there to remind you of something, said Kermit. I know that, said Ralph. I can't remember what. I guess I'll just have to ask someone else. Ralph then decided to ask Miss Piggy, who was watching television. Miss Piggy, said Ralph, do you know why there's a string on my finger? No, said Miss Piggy. Maybe you tied it around your finger to measure your ring size. I don't think so, said Ralph. I probably would remember that. Ralph saw Scooter running up the stairs. Scooter, called Ralph. There's a string on my finger. Not so loud, Ralph, whispered Scooter. Everyone else will want one too. Scooter disappeared through the door at the top of the stairs. This is really bothering me, Ralph said to himself. I won't be able to get anything done until I find out what the string is supposed to help me remember. I had better ask some more people. Fozzie was on the front porch, reading his favorite joke book. Fozzie, Ralph began, do you know why the string is on my finger? No, Fozzie said. But if you hum a little of it, maybe I can try to sing along. Fozzie, shouted Ralph. Waka, 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 responded Fozzie. Next, Ralph went to Dr. Bunsen Honeydew, who was working on an experiment in the basement. Excuse me, Dr. Honeydew, said Ralph. Do you know why I have a string on my finger? No, but I'm glad you asked me that question, said Bunsen. At Muppet Lab, we have been working on the new Muppet finger string detector that my assistant Beaker will demonstrate. Me, said Beaker. Now, said Bunsen, if you just place your finger into this electrical finger meter. Never mind, said Ralph. I'll figure it out by myself. Ralph walked into the dining room, and there was Gonzo, eating a sardine and pickle sandwich. Ralph, said Gonzo, I'm glad you're here. Thank you for what? Asked Ralph. Thank you for letting me use your finger, said Gonzo. I tied a string around it yesterday while you were taking a nap, to remind me to buy a Valentine's Day gift for Camilla. You're welcome, said Ralph. But why didn't you tie a string around your finger? I tried, said Gonzo, but it's impossible. Do you know how hard it is to tie a string around your own finger? I just couldn't do it. Gonzo then left to go shopping for a Camilla present, and Ralph just stood there, looking down at the string on his finger. That string kind of looked like biscotti, Ralph said to himself, and suddenly Ralph realized that he was very hungry. He decided to have lunch. I guess that string did remind me of something, said Ralph, and he smiled as he untied it. So that was Forgetful Ralph for 1991. If you like, subscribe, share, and comment, and have a groovy day with another video coming out real soon.